Okay, I have not done anything yet. I've just put a little paint in and I'm just gonna go for it. I'm using my little cut-in brush. I've got a little paint in that little tray. And see, because I have that masking tape up, I don't have to crane my neck back too terribly forward. To put it up there because I've got that masking tape. See? I mean, it would be really tricky to do that without the masking tape. I think I could have done it, but I figured, I'm gonna do it this way. And you don't really want to soak it right at the angle. Right up in there, I probably put too much, kind of at a 45-degree angle. You don't want to put too much paint in there. That way thinking, oh, the masking tape will hold it and stuff. Even if you're using the blue masking tape, you might find that your paint's going to kind of get in underneath that edge, and I really don't want to see that where this was because that was grout. I could clean it off, you know, if I get any on there afterwards, if I have to, but I'm going to try to get it on there, you know, up at the angle like that, and try not to get any more on the masking tape than I have to. You see what I'm saying? And I can tell already, no matter what I do, I'm gonna need 2 coats of paint. I don't care how thick of paint I could have had to put up there, it's gonna take 2 coats. And then I'll check it, and if I have to put a little bit more up there, I'll put a little bit more up there. Hey, no problem, because I can do it because I've got that masking tape up there. See? And this small little paintbrush is nice and easy to work with, man. I don't want to go over that edge any more than I have to because of the variation that you may get from your paintbrush strokes as opposed to the paint roller strokes. That's all I can do. I can't even put it on there any thicker if I wanted to. And so the trick with using a tray, holding it, is making sure that you're watching what you're doing so you don't tip this crooked or something and have it start dribbling on the floor, on your clothes or whatever. Okay. Yeah, I was initially toying not to install, to apply the masking tape, and it would have been a lot more difficult to do it, for sure. Okay, and I gotta set my paintbrush here. I'm trying to do it and keep the paint off me to a minimum, and so I've got how's I going to do that? Oh, I remember. It's not a big rush. Don't start, you know, trying to contort yourself on the in the tub on your ladder and stuff. You know, we're not racing anybody, right? I got my craft paper down here. Yeah, I probably should have used that other little container, but I didn't for my paint. That's okay. I'm okay. I can do it this way. You see, I mean, I'm getting a little bit on the masking tape, but that's what the masking tape is for. But I'm just trying to keep it off as much as I can and try not to put it at too much of a 45-degree angle right up against there. Because no matter what you do, if you do that, I don't care if you put blue masking tape up there, the green masking tape, that frog tape, it's gonna get behind there. If you pack it on there at an angle. And that goes for around door casings and baseboard. Your masking tape is only so good. You know what I mean? If you're gonna start saturating the corner like that with your paintbrush and just go whoosh like that. You want to keep it up straight, as straight as you can. Okay. And with this little hand one, it's nice and easy to do it too. I'm just kind of tapping it in there, and see, I can just right along there. And because I put the paint on the ceiling with my 6-inch paint roller as opposed to a 9-inch, I only have to do a little bit on around the edge. If you're doing a 9-inch, you had 2 inches, you can't just put it on like that. Now you have to brush it like that, and now you're going to get at least 2 inches, and then you're going to have to taper that in. So now you've got paint all the way over here, you know, 2.5, 3 inches. So anywhere beyond the 3/4 inch line, you've got a 1/3 coat of paint. And then when I do, and because I have to do 2 coats here, I'm going to have to put a 2nd coat on that. Now you're going to have 4 coats of paint, 2 extra coats of paint from 3/4 on over. Do you see what I'm saying? And once you do that, when that dries and you look at it, sometimes you can see it. And you think, oh, I cut in and I used too much paint on my paintbrush when I was cutting in. And it's not really the case. You just still only put 2 coats on, but it's because you had to go out so far. Do you see what I'm saying? So another good reason why I use the 6-inch and I use the the frame, the painter's frame, as my edge to get a nice straight line up there when I put it on. See, there's always a reason for everything, it seems like, you know. So I'm gonna keep it rolling, and I'm gonna do this little section over here to a certain extent, just so you can see a little bit more. Okay. Very simple to do this, see? You see, that's why I put that masking tape up there. I don't have to get much on my paintbrush. I'm just kind of dabbing it on there like that. And, you know, that's it. I don't have to put any more paint than that on that little section right there, because I can't get it any thicker than that anyways. And you don't want to go back over your paint. I couldn't like just go over this other like right now, because your first coat of cut-in is just going to kind of slide off, and it's not going to work very well. So what I do is, once I get done with all my cut-in on one coat, lots of times, depending how much cut-in you're doing, you'd be surprised. This stuff is not going to take that long to dry. By the time you get all your cut-in done and you wait just a few minutes, you're almost ready to start your cut in again, and start in the very first place where you started before, and that should be dry, but you want it to be dry, okay? You don't want it to be tacky to put the next coat up, because then what's going to happen is it may start sliding and pulling some of your first coat of paint off. And the other reason why you don't want to put, you're trying not to put too much paint on your masking tape. You don't want to build up that edge too much, okay? Because if you can imagine, if I put that on at an angle like this, and just oh yeah, that's fine, and then put the next coat on that way too, I've got that much more paint on that inside corner, especially for the fact that it's semi-gloss paint, right? And so when I get ready to pull the masking tape up, I don't want to have the masking tape pull up any of the paint that I just put on if you build up that inside corner on top of your masking tape. You see what I'm saying? And so it's going to be, I'm going to have to decide when to take the masking tape off. I don't want to leave it up there too terribly long, but yet I don't want to pull it off too soon afterwards. But you know, you just want to be careful when you're pulling the masking tape off. You don't want to just grab it and just pull on it. You may have to start it at one corner and then kind of pull the top edge and kind of roll it down a little bit. And as you go, do it kind of slow. And if you see it kind of wanting to lift anything, you may have to take a sharp sheetrock knife or a sharp putty knife and maybe kind of just mark the ceiling a little bit, just where you see some thick little bits of paint that you left up there when you're cutting in. Do you see what I mean? When you're pulling that masking tape off. So hey, you're going to have to be careful. It's just all about being aware of what you're doing and doing it right. Okay, I'm going to keep going above this door, and I'll be right back and show you a little bit more cutting in over here. I don't want to start cutting in over there and showing you that until I finish what I'm doing over here, because it's not a good idea to start and stop, you know, as you start going. You see what I mean? Okay, I'll just show you a little bit more, just to make sure you didn't think I got lucky or anything. Okay. Now, if you can reach it without getting up on your ladder all the way, go ahead, you know, and I'm just doing a little bit at a time. Okay. Make sure you get over to the edge of that masking tape all the way. And I like to, you know, in some places you may have to put your paintbrush at an angle a little bit. And right at the end, if you want, you can try to go over it a little bit more with a little bit more paint, but not very much. I can still see that I'm gonna have to put a second coat for sure on there. You don't want to slide too much of your paint off though. You still want to get on as much as you can, but without going over too far. Okay? See? Well, masking tape comes in handy once again. Like that. And now I can maybe backhand this up. I couldn't paint this like this and cut in, backhanding it at this angle on my ladder without the masking tape. I think I just hit the wall right there. Look at that. Okay, I got it off. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. You still have to take your time and do it right, okay? And still be aware of what you're doing. Okay. Checking to make sure I don't have anything on my feet. And I'll keep going over here and finishing it off for the first coat.